Hello, Dr. Andy here of Dr. Andy's IP. I'm just going to talk about our new bot, which you can see here on the Darl.ai website and is also available on the front page of docandys.com. Now, our previous bot was a guided bot, and that, like a lot of other fairly simple systems, the kind of things you can generally find on the Microsoft bot framework, it took control of the conversation. So it immediately asked you a question since you started it, and then it led you through a sequence of steps thereafter. And it gave you choices, but it didn't allow you to come out with anything other than answers to those choices. The other kind of bot is, I guess, for lack of a better word, an unguided bot, which is one like Siri and so on that responds to anything that you say and attempts to work out what it is you're saying. So we've created one of those from scratch, which is our intellectual property, and we intend to make it available to everybody. At the moment, though, we've just got it running provisionally our built-in personality. So this is it here. You can just talk to it at any old time by saying something like the obvious, and you can do various things with it. If you want to run a rule set, for instance, you can simply say run, if you spell it right, and it shows you the set of demo rule sets that were originally built into the other bot, and you can run any one of those demo rule sets, like the EU flight claim thing. I happen to know that if I say none of the terminal, it just bombs straight out of the rule set again. So you can run rule sets, you can ask it questions. And it gives you a bunch of answers. You can ask it questions about us. And it's becoming more and more capable. It's still in beta, but we're adding more and more features to it and more answers as time goes by. Now, I thought I'd just show you what's going on under the hood, because that's really the most interesting aspect of this. And if we go inside Darl.ai, which you can't do at the moment, but I can, there's a bunch of editing tools available. The main tool is this tree view here, which contains the sequence of words that are being looked for. So earlier we had what is a something or other. So let's find that. This is the example that we tried out earlier. So following that through, you see it's what is, this article 4 is actually a concept replacing any article, and then value. The value is the thing that the system is going to pick out. Anything with a colon is actually a sort of systems value here. So here is the tree of bits of text that we're looking for, or sequences of concepts. And then over here, if we choose a particular endpoint, we get this piece of Darl code here, which we can edit. So this is the piece of Darl code that is fired off when what is a something or other is presented to the system. So this value, this element here, is actually the value that you've typed in. It's whatever somebody's written immediately after the what is a. And the response will be, we'll go and take a look at something called Word, which is a store set up on the system, which basically tells you what a word means. We have multiple stores built in. I'll just show you what the stores look like. So these are the stores that we've so far got set. User data, conversation data, private conversation data. These are all data items that are embedded in the bot framework itself. So these store things to do with the conversation. User data stores details on the user, conversation data, temporary and private temporary data to do with the conversation itself. Then we've got the bot store, which contains all the information about the bot, its name, etc. The values have been selected. Call store, which enables you to call rule sets, and the word store, which enables you to look up words. And we're going to add stores as we go in the sort of process of development. So, for instance, there will be a payment store that will enable you to take payments. There'll be a login store that will enable you to log into private sections of the system, and so on. We're going to add these little bits of functionality. But to go back to the tree again, and select the same thing we were looking at before, or there, for instance, what is, and then default. So the idea of a default is that if nothing else matches immediately after what is, this is the response that you'll get. So if what you've typed doesn't match anything in our system, given all the different ways of matching it, then this is the response the system will generate. And it'll be a little bit of Darl there, you can see, but it will be, let me just scroll through. The response, that's the text generated, will be random text, one of these selections. We can test that if you like by going here and saying a made-up name. What is a Google flip? No idea. Sorry, it's one of the choices. Illustration of using the local stores is. That's a lie. I'm not 45. So 45. It's remembered that I've just told it I'm 45, so I'm the current user of this conversation. It stored that piece of information away, and when I ask for it back, there it is. So this is a very rapid overview of the bot system. This uses Microsoft Bot Framework, so it not only will it work through a chat interface like this in a frame on any website, but it'll also work in exactly the same way through Skype, Facebook Messenger, Cortana, various other front ends. And we're also working on a separate, because unfortunately you have to build your own for that, but a separate Alexa connection. Thank you very much then. Bye.